I think we're ready. Welcome, everyone. We'll officially welcome you to the class of 2027 White Coat Ceremony. They're going to spend a lot of time explaining what that is to our speakers, but we're excited that you guys are here with us today. A couple of housekeeping items. One, please silence the phones if you can, or beepers if you're in our generation. Beepers, if you will. Next thing is when we leave, on the regression, whenever we leave, students will be here, faculty will be here. We'll let them walk out first, and then we can all leave with them as well, okay, on that. Hi, Al. How are you? Doing well. We are great to go. Thank you. Thank you. Alex, can you do me a favor? Can we check, just make sure the classroom on the overflow is good to go as well? All right, excellent. There we go. All right, so officially welcome, especially to those who have come from afar, you've driven from afar, taking time off to be with us today. We're excited you guys are here. Especially welcome to those who haven't seen your kids in 2 years. They will be out here shortly. Welcome to those who may have thought this was the actual graduation, but you realize it's a ceremony before the graduation. That is in a year from now. But more importantly, if you are waiting to meet those who have caused the stress, they are behind that door, and they will be with us shortly, okay? Yes, all the faculty. But in all seriousness, they're going to spend time explaining what the White Coat Ceremony is. By the way, my name is Marty Fontenot. I'm faculty of PT faculty. I'm excited to be here, proud member of the faculty to be with these guys. 28 students who have transformed a big deal. Probably won't even recognize them, certainly by what they're wearing, but certainly who they are. They're going to spend a lot of time talking about the White Coat Ceremony. I want to give you a couple of other milestones, though, that they are celebrating today. They are celebrating the culmination of approximately 682 dad jokes they've had to endure. By the way, 68% of numbers are made up on the spot, if you just remember that. Right? Let's see. So they've had about 550. Tell me if you heard this right. Sorry, Mom, Dad, I can't make it home this weekend. I really have to study. Okay. Half of which those were responded to, no, seriously, I really need to study. I'll be there next time, which they didn't follow up, right? 1,600, dang, you must have a full week because you sure are cranky, girl, right? That's all you guys, look back at them. 1,200, Mama, I don't know if I can do this. How many late night calls, right, Dad? I'm not sure I can do this. 4,200, it'll be better wins. It'll be better when the semester's over. It'll be better when I'm done with PT, right? I see all the nodding of heads, right? What about the it'll be better whenever I'm in the real world? And then you just said, oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart, honey, right? And approximately 15,551 yawns plus bobbleheads in class, and we counted all of them. So at least in our classes, we rated the yawns, 0 to 10. If you're going to yawn, you got to bring it big. Right? See the mess in your eyes get watery. That was a good one right there. Hey, how you doing, kiddo? Good seeing you. But in all seriousness, we are excited to have you guys here. Welcome to this ceremony. Lots of speakers coming up behind. I think I would be remiss, though. I'm going to go off script. These guys are dying back there. Recognizing that the group that's in front of me right here, faculty's there, students are there, and I don't think 12 years I've been here ever been able to say to this group here, thank you. Thank you. I know the students tell you thank you, and you're like, well, you're supposed to tell me thank you, because, right? But truly, thank you. That PT school is hard. Graduate school is very hard. It's not done overnight. It's not done by accident. It's done, and it can only be done with the help of others. So you are the others. Your kiddos, moms, dads, grandparents, significant others, all those who invested time, listening, hearing, prayers, all those sort of things. Thank you. Thank you for helping them, put them in a position where they are. They could not do it without you. Lastly, I give them a why project. School is hard. It's tough getting through school without knowing why you do it. One of my courses, I have the students do a why project, and what drives you, right? What's getting you through all this? Why are you waking up in the morning to put yourself through all this? And without a doubt, not one of the students had anything that didn't have one of your names in it, whether it was mom, dad, following your footsteps, wanting to make you proud, all those sorts of things. So you guys are a huge why for why these students are where they are today. So I just want to take the time to say thank you. So having said that, we will now progress. At this time, we are going to have I'll have you stand for me, please. And we rise for the procession of our administration and faculty. Excellent. We want to welcome all the way from the top our Mary Baldwin President, Dr. Thelma Mako, Dr. Talbot, our Dean here at Murphy-Deming College of Health Sciences, our wonderful faculty, over 160 plus years of clinical and academia time, right? And half of that's Greg's. Oh, hey, Greg, I'm just kidding. Now, having said that, now the real stars of the show, where we are. If you guys can't see, you can tell Dr. Baldwin just to squat down a little bit here. He's in the front. But now the real stars of the show, I will stop yapping, and here they are, the class of 2027. Faculty, you may not recognize them. They are dressed up nicely. This is, right, there's no sweats or hoods, looking good. They have socks on, looking good. And that thing you see on their face is a smile. Excellent, what a great group. Good, just as long as Maddie and Paige are separated, okay? At this time, you can have a seat, please. At this time, we'll turn it over. I'll kick it over to our PT program director, Dr. Turner.
All right, good afternoon. I snuck in a different speech because it'll be revealed in a moment. But good afternoon. My name is Cassie Turner. I'm the director of the program here at Murphy-Deming, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here to celebrate the DPT class of 2027. It has been my absolute pleasure getting to know this class. A few of you I even met as nervous applicants or on day one of orientation. To be honest, I really always enjoy seeing that growth from that first nerves to these confident student physical therapists and future healthcare providers. As a side note, and this is what I didn't want to include in the binder today, I've been teaching in DPT programs since 2011, hence more gray hairs. And I have to say, this class is special. I know, just like children, we're not supposed to have favorites. But I'd like to take a moment to share that we as faculty truly appreciate how you have collectively worked together as a cohort. In the big scheme of things, you've given us the least amount of sleepless nights. Not to say that there weren't a few. And yes, we do lose sleep worrying over students. But even more importantly, whenever you've asked, well, why are we doing this? You've taken the feedback and input from faculty in your stride and demonstrated that quality of lifelong learning and professional growth that is so inherently valuable as a healthcare provider. We were recently reviewing our program goals, and one of those goals states, the DPT program will provide a learning environment that fosters critical thinking, clinical reasoning, reflection, and self-assessment for personal and professional growth with a commitment to lifelong learning. As a cohort, you've embodied that goal, and I encourage you to continue doing so, not just over the next year. In the words of one of my mentors, you might just be the type of cohort we would love to clone. Don't tell everybody else. Thank you, class of 2027. So I promise to keep my remarks short. That was longer than normal. But at this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Talmako for his remarks.
I did not promise to keep my remarks short. Marty only had 2 or 3 minutes up front, and so that left a lot of time for me in the mix. So congratulations. I mean, what a day. And what's really interesting is I've been out of school now for a while, and I still remember this day in my program. These things that happen to us along the way are real milestones that really mean something to us. This is one of those. And so I say congratulations. And so I want to thank you guys for the invitation to speak to you today, not just as the president of the university, but as a fellow physical therapist, right? We share a common bond in that way. Faculty, staff, and family, again, thank you for the opportunity to celebrate with the students today. It really means a lot. This is a day of celebration, of hard work, sacrifice, to say the least, mostly of sleep, perseverance and commitment to get you to where you are today, ready to make the next step. I was asked to talk about the white coat, what it means, and there are traditional meanings to that, right? There are traditional, what does the white coat mean? The professionalism, when you put the white coat on, what does that mean? I also think about this moment, as we think about moments in a professional journey, they often focus on these visible achievements. The day you sat in the first day of class, your interview day, when you walk through the door, your first class, your first exam, you can list and list all the first. And now you're making the switch, the last of, the last of, the last of. But I would encourage you that it's not really the last thing. While we may have things like passing a licensure exam, which are key milestones, the white coat ceremony would be easy just to think of as another single milestone in that journey. But let's think about it a little bit differently. When I think about the white coat, if you were here last year, heard the story of the butterfly, I'm not going to tell that again, so be happy. But I was reminded of an oak tree, mainly because I'm chopping them down in my house. A little joke. But I think when you look at an oak tree, you admire the oak for its strength and the perseverance that it had to grow as large and tall as it did. You often see a broad canopy, the sturdy trunk, and the ability of the tree to withstand storms. In my area, that'd be hurricanes, that would bend or break lesser trees. And what they don't see is the part of the tree that developed first, the seed, right? You never think about the seed that started that journey. Long before that oak rises above the ground, establishing a foundation beneath the earth and the surface, for years, energy is devoted to building roots deep enough and strong enough to support the growth that will eventually follow. In many ways, your journey into physical therapy has been much the same, very similar. The roots were planted long before you entered this program or this building. They were planted through your experience as students, as athletes, as caregivers, family members, volunteers, employees, etc. Those were the seeds that were sown in your mind to begin this journey. You answered a calling. They were nurtured by parents and mentors, teachers, coaches, and friends who believed in you and encouraged you every step of the way. Since entering the program, those roots have grown just a bit deeper. You have immersed yourselves in anatomy, my favorite, physiology, neuroscience, biomechanics, examination techniques, evidence-based practice, research, etc., etc., etc. You have spent countless hours studying, practicing all the skills, learning how to think critically with complex patients and patient problems. You've thought about the families that are affected by those same problems and how to deal with that. But most importantly, you've begun developing the roots that will sustain you throughout your professional life of compassion, humility, resilience, integrity, and a commitment to serving others. Those things are not found in textbooks. Those are skills and attributes that you develop over time and you hone them as you go. Because while knowledge and technical skills are essential, that's why you're here, they're not enough. Patients will not remember every test you perform or every intervention you prescribe. They will remember how you made them feel. They will remember when you listened or whether you didn't listen, whether you cared and you put a little extra effort in or you chose not to, whether you gave them hope when they were struggling to see it for themselves. I know which side of that coin you'll be on. Those qualities are the part of a deep root system of an exceptional physical therapist. But today, the white coat doesn't celebrate a point in time where your growth is complete. It is just beginning. It's quite the opposite. It represents the beginning of a new stage of your professional formation. The white coat carries with it a level of trust and responsibility that none of us fully earn in a single day. When patients see this coat, and you won't wear them, but they'll know that what you bring with them, right? And no one wears the white coat in clinic. But when a patient sees you walk through the door, they'll often assume competence, professionalism, and integrity. They're not going to ask you what grade you got on an exam. They're going to assume that you did well enough to be in the room. They assume the person is worth their confidence. Yet the reality is that trust is not conferred by a garment or a person, a degree, or a title. Trust must be earned. It is earned through your actions, our decisions, our humility, our commitment to placing the needs of others before our own. That is what makes this moment so significant, because you believe in that value and to carry it forward. Today, you're transitioning from primarily learning about patients to learning with patients. Another important distinction. You will learn more from your patients if you actually listen to them and experience it with them. Compassion literally means to walk with. It doesn't mean to direct, it means to walk with them through an experience. Until now, much of your education has occurred in classrooms or laboratories, some in the clinic a little bit, simulations and conversations with faculty. But now you will move to the bedside on a permanent basis in clinics, rehab centers, hospitals, schools, athletic training rooms, etc., wherever you practice in the next coming months. And every patient you will encounter will be your teacher. Remember that patients are not simply opportunities to demonstrate what you know. They are individuals who are allowing you to participate in some of the most challenging moments of their lives. They're letting you in, they're vulnerable. Be vulnerable with them. They may be experiencing pain, uncertainty, loss of function, loss of independence, or fear about what the future holds. And despite not knowing you personally, they will often extend something unthinkable and remarkable to you. They will extend trust. A trust that in many ways you have not fully earned, that you will earn on every single visit, every single hour, and every single moment. Your responsibility is to honor that trust every day. Not by pretending to know everything, because you won't. And it serves no purpose to do so. Not by being perfect, because you're not. But by being prepared, by being curious, by listening carefully, by demonstrating compassion, and by remaining humble enough to continue learning. In many ways, this white coat is not a symbol of expertise. It is a symbol of stewardship. It represents a promise that you will continue growing into the professional your patients need you to become. Like the oak tree, your growth is far from complete. In many respects, the clinical experiences ahead will provide the sunlight, the rain, and even the storms that shape professional that you will become. Each patient encounter, each challenge, each success, and there will be many of both, even each setback will add another ring to your tree. Over time, those experiences will strengthen both your skills and, more importantly, your character. There will be moments of tremendous joy. Patients taking their first steps after an injury, returning to work, returning to a sport, crawling for the first time, holding a grandchild again, or regaining independence that they feared that they had lost. There will also be those difficult days. Days when progress is slower than expected, days when outcomes fall short of your hopes, days when you question yourself, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. During those moments, remember your roots. Remember why you chose this profession. Remember the values you brought here and the values you learned here. And remember that the strongest trees are not those that avoid storms. They learn from those. They gain strength from those. They are those whose roots allow them to withstand them. Today, as you put on your white coat, I encourage you to wear it not merely as a symbol of knowledge, but as a symbol of, again, responsibility, compassion, humility, and service. May it remind you of the roots you have established. May it remind you of the growth that still lies ahead. And may it remind you of the extraordinary privilege of being invited into the lives of others at moments when they need your knowledge and your skills and your humanity the most. Congratulations on this milestone. I'm very, very proud of you. Congratulations. It's my privilege to invite Sheila Talbot, Dean of Murphy Deming.
So I'm assuming it's in here, right? So thank you very much. I can't tell you how much I am just so humbled that I'm here to participate in this ceremony with you guys, and particularly because I come from a nursing background and not physical therapy, so I feel especially honored to participate. You know, one of the things I appreciate most about Murphy Deming is that this ceremony is not unique to physical therapy. It's really a shared tradition that we have across all our programs, and it might look different for each of the programs, but all of our students participate in some type of ceremony like this. And I think that says something important about who we are as clinicians. You know, at Murphy Deming, we say that we're interprofessional by design. That's why we have this wonderful center area. But that's not really just a phrase. It reflects how healthcare really works. That no matter what profession we practice, we all start with that same purpose. We want to help people, we want to heal, we want to improve, adapt, recover, and help them to achieve their goals no matter what. We intentionally learn alongside one another because when we graduate, we will care for patients alongside one another. So today isn't really about the code itself, it's about becoming part of the profession. So up until now, most of your learning has happened in classrooms and labs and simulations and practice environments, but your clinicals are going to change that. You're going to begin working with real people who trust you to help them get through those difficult times. And you're also going to celebrate the progresses they have. So early in my nursing career, I worked in a joint replacement unit and spent a lot of time working alongside a physical therapist. And at that point, I was a new nurse, and I realized pretty quickly that recovery was more than just the medications or the procedures or getting them ready for discharge. Recovery happened when someone helped people believe that they could move again, particularly in joint replacement, right? Physical therapists were the people that helped the patients take that first walk, regain their confidence, and start to see themselves getting back to life. And that really stayed with me. Years later, I worked in home care as a nurse case manager. And so I led interdisciplinary teams that were made up of nurses and physical therapists, occupational therapists, social workers, nursing assistants. And that experience really reinforced to me something that I had already learned earlier. And that was that not one of us does this work alone. It takes all of us to help that patient reach their goals. So that's what interprofessional by design means to me, is that we all have a part in taking care of these patients. So your patient won't remember who completed which assignment, who documented which piece of care, but what they will remember is that they had a team that helped them to get through something hard. And so based on my experiences, I want to share 3 important things that I learned as a nurse from a physical therapist. The first one, look up and focus on where you're going when you walk. Don't look at your feet. As you transition through the clinical portion of your education, there are going to be moments when you feel unsteady, you're going to feel unsure of what you're doing. I want you to look up and focus on that goal. Keep looking up so that you know where you're going. The second thing I learned, gait belts are your friend. You're going to stumble sometimes, because we all do, right? You want to find the people that are going to be around you that are going to hold your gait belt for you, right? They're going to help steady you and support you and help you keep moving. Healthcare was never meant to be done alone. And then the last thing I learned from physical therapy, use your hands to push off from the chair. Don't grab the walker too soon, okay? Know your limitations. Know your, trust your training. You've had that stability of the chair, right? But take a moment to find your balance before you rush to the next thing. You have a strong foundation that you got here, right? Rely on that. So as you move into that clinical practice, I want you to stay curious. I want you to ask questions, learn from your patients, learn from the people around you. Respect every member of the healthcare team, even the nurses. And know that your voice and your expertise matter. And I want you to take a moment today and enjoy this moment in this transition, because today you become something bigger than a program you become part of the profession. So I welcome you to the team as my future colleagues. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Let me just find my speech real fast. Oh, Dr. Glady. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, thank you so much for asking me to speak for you guys. I feel very honored to be here today and to get to meet all of your family. You look so beautiful, so well done. And first of all, I will start with the obvious. Congratulations, you have made it to year 3. You have survived the grueling exams, the endless hours of neuroanatomy, and the sheer terror of me making you memorize every single primitive reflex until you have reverted to sleeping in the AT&R position. You've also mastered the art of looking at random strangers in public and diagnosing their gait. You are no longer just students trying to survive. Today, you are officially capable. And today you also get the sweet coat. Now, we all know the reality. You probably are not going to wear this white coat into the clinic. In the real world, coats get dirty, they get in the way, and if you're working with kids, they usually get covered in drool, stickers, and other things. So today isn't about the fabric, it's about what this coat represents. It's a symbol of your transition from the safety of the classroom out into the real world, where you get to put all this knowledge that you work so hard for and put it towards the patient in front of you. As your pediatric professor and someone who cares about you like a very proud mom, I want to offer some advice as you enter this next phase. Many of you know that before I was a physical therapist and a professor, I was also an improviser. And if there's one thing that improv teaches you, it's that you cannot script life. The same is true for physical therapy. That brings me to my first piece of advice. Embrace your vulnerability through the rule of yes and. When you start your clinical rotations, you are going to encounter complex cases that do not match the neat little bullet points in my lecture slides. You are going to get asked questions by scared parents and patients that you are not going to know the answer to. Your instinct may be to panic, stiffen up, or try to fake it because you want to get it right. Instead, I want you to use yes and. Yes, acknowledge the reality of the moment. Yes, you are still a student, and yes, you don't know the answer to this complex question right now. Acknowledge that vulnerability. And here's what you're going to do about it. That isn't weakness, that is connection. Patients don't need you to have all the answers. What they need is an empathetic, humble practitioner who is willing to step into the unknown with them. I also want to talk about your class morale. I know you're tired. Physical therapy school is a marathon, and sometimes it feels like the finish line keeps moving. But think about how toddlers play. At first, they just do parallel play. They sit near each other doing their own thing in the same sandbox. But eventually, they learn to look up, share the toys, and build something together. For the last 2 years, you guys have been in the same sandbox. You've shared snacks, you've shared research articles, and you've kept each other afloat through the hardest semesters of your life. As you go out into your clinics, you are going to be physically scattered from one another, but don't go back to playing alone. You can lean on each other. When you have a hard day, reach out. And when you have a massive win, like a patient taking their first steps independently, text your classmates and email me. Your morale is your fuel, and this cohort is your ultimate safety net. Keep your family tight. So, as you celebrate, remember that you are ready, you are officially capable. Bring your yes and attitude into every clinical interaction. Give yourself grace when things get unscripted. And please know that I am so, so proud of you. Congratulations.
I want to stand like this. Hi. Good afternoon, students, faculty, families, and guests. I'm honored that you all invited me to speak this afternoon. One of the greatest privileges of teaching is having the opportunity to watch you grow. And over the semesters I've spent with you all, I've witnessed tremendous growth, academically, emotionally, and professionally. Today is the day to celebrate that growth. Yet despite everything you have accomplished, I suspect that some of you are still wondering whether you are ready for the next step of your training. Most of you doubt your abilities or clinical readiness from time to time. Some of you come meet with me to review the one question on an exam that you missed. And then you spend even more time thinking about how you missed those points, but you don't recognize that you got the 49 other questions right. Others of you think that you will feel more sure of yourself and your practice after you study more for your board exam or complete your last professional issues courses. Some feel frustrated when you have to work hard because you think that means that this is not right for you. And that if you were naturally better at it, it would mean that you were just better. And then others think that if they don't admit their feelings of doubt, they will just go away. The details are different, but the message is the same. Everyone else belongs here more than I do. Or maybe you think everyone else is doing better than me. The problem with imposter syndrome is that it asks us to trust our feelings more than trusting the evidence. And the evidence in your favor, you all, is overwhelming. What is true is that you were all admitted to physical therapy school. You earned that. You all have not only passed all of your classes, but you've maintained more than the minimal required GPA. And you have excelled in anatomy, musculoskeletal, and neuromuscular rehab classes. You have passed all of your practical exams, finished all of your comprehensive final exams, and completed numerous group projects and presentations. You've learned to perform evaluations, write SOAP notes, and develop plans of care. So you are not here today because of luck or because of chance. You're not also here because no one just didn't notice that you slipped through the cracks. You're here today because you've put in the work, and your faculty, clinicians, and even patients have seen your growth. Another way that I know that you are ready is that not only do I have the privilege of teaching you, but I also have the unique opportunity of working alongside you with patients. If I only knew you all from the classroom, I could tell that you are intelligent. But because I've had the opportunity to work alongside you with patients, I can tell something far more important. I have seen you demonstrate the qualities that matter way more than perfection. I've seen you spend countless hours in my office, asking questions, reviewing gait or evidence-based practice assignments, asking for life advice, or doing work. But it's in the clinic or in the gym where I really saw your readiness on display. I saw Tyler motivating a patient who could barely stand up, but somehow he gets him to stand numerous times in one session. I saw Mike figuring out how to help somebody who is wheelchair-bound lift weights in the gym. I saw Destiny printing out word searches and pictures to engage patients on a really personal level. I saw Carissa playing tug of war with a pool noodle to help somebody improve their balance. Lots of times I saw Harry sweating all the way through his shirt while still connecting with his client in very meaningful ways. I saw Paige coming into the YMCA in matching NFL jerseys with her client. I've seen Mandy and Jesse and Stephen and so many more of you restoring clients' ability to walk more independently when they came in not being able to do so. I saw Evan driving and bringing in really big foam bolsters to act as tackling dummies for a former high school football coach. And I could go on. Some of you were successful right away, but most of you took some time and learned from your misses. Many of you helped each other. Many of you came to me for help. We talked things through, and then you got right back to it. These are not the characteristics or accomplishments of imposters. They are the characteristics and accomplishments of budding professionals. After today, you will still feel unsure some of the time, and even have misses. You will encounter new diagnoses and situations, interact with challenging patients and families. When those moments come, remember that competence is not knowing everything. Competence is being willing to learn, to ask questions, and to ask for help. It's also to reflect and to take responsibility for your learning. So today, your new white coat does not make you a physical therapist. It represents the physical therapist that you are becoming. So when that voice of self-doubt inevitably returns, and it will, I hope you remember this day. Remember that your feelings are not always facts. Remember the work that you have done. Remember the clients' and patients' lives you have already impacted. Remember the people in this room who believe in you, because you belong here. Congratulations on this important milestone, and welcome to the profession. Please welcome to the podium the class of 2027 student speaker, sirs, Bryson Overton, and then Sammy Dietrich.
Me go first? Yeah. Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, sorry. I am Bryson. This is my classmate, Sammy. We are both here today to speak on behalf of our classmates, class of 2027, cohort 2027. And thank you all to the guests for being here today. We will try to do our best to be brief today, but it is PT school, so there's a lot to cover.
All right, we're going to start off by taking it back to Dr. Hansen's class, all right? We're going to thematically analyze these past 2 years, okay? Do you remember doing that with themes? All right, our first theme is growth. Not only have we all grown as budding physical therapists, but we have grown as people. I mean, there have been 8 engagements and 1 wedding with another wedding on the way later this summer. I just want to say congratulations to Mandy, Bryson, Philip, Logan, Carissa, Maddie, Will, and Mike. And if I'm forgetting somebody, and if anyone has any super exciting news, please let me know. Please let me know. Yes.
Nothing. Now, our growth began on June 3rd, 2024 on orientation day. We walked into 157 at 8 a.m. start time. Well, minus Philip, who showed up 45 minutes late in the middle of the slide on punctuality given by Ms. McKelvey. It was impeccable timing. You'll hear some more stories like that brought up today. A lot of those are going to contribute to and just show how much we have grown as a class, and both as professionals, future PTs, and as friends.
So another way that I think we have all grown throughout this experience has been with our confidence. Let's all just take a moment and think back to the kines practical with Dr. Wilford, all right? She's sitting over your shoulder silently and intimidatingly watching you as you try to fumble your goni and try to remember what she means when she says to measure ankle pronation or measure the strength of the anconeus muscle, right? You totally understood it then, right? But we were all so scared, and we quickly learned that our brains just don't like to work right during practicals. We've learned that our brains don't know the difference between being in an armed robbery and taking a practical.
And that feeling that Sammy is referring to, that fight or flight response we all experienced the moments before and during practicals, is something we all shared and is a reflection of how we've all grown together. Someone may call that trauma bonding. While that may seem like a strong statement, it rings true to the fact that we all endured the same things. To combat that trauma, we balanced it with laughter between classes, cookouts and drinks at Goose Creek, and events like the cornhole tournament at Stablecraft. And congrats to Mike and Harry for winning that, by the way. Looking back on it, a lot of time was spent stressing over small things, like finishing FitBucks modules, making sure you didn't miss an email from Dr. Liskey about a clinical, or when Greg was eventually going to put grades in. We love you, G-Money. I spoke to him beforehand, so it's fine. Although those moments might have felt stressful then, we were always going through everything together, which made this journey of PT school feel just a little less scary and a little less lonely. Strangely enough, looking back from where we stand today, those seemingly endless moments actually passed by in a flash.
Speaking of moments that felt like they passed in a flash, let's now talk about our next theme, ephemeral. I know that's a big word. I hadn't heard of it until I did my research. So let me define it for us. Ephemeral means to only last a short time. It's often used to describe the short bloom of cherry blossoms or the brief amount of time where the sunset is glowing those beautiful shades of orange and pink. I don't know about you, but I think this is a great word to describe our experience in PT school. Orientation sure felt like I was forever ago, but it really wasn't that long ago when you think about it. Everyone was always telling us in the beginning that it would fly by, and I just simply chose to believe that it wouldn't feel that way, but it really has. So, it makes us very sad to think that with all these lovely individuals, seeing them every day as we quickly approach clinicals and the real job, world, it saddens us that we will one day, we'll be spread out and not see each other as much. But I'd like to thank some of you specifically, like Steven, for always having a dad joke at the start of class. Has not repeated the same one twice. And I want to thank Evan for all the thinking out loud questions that no one else wants to ask, but we're all thinking. And I want to thank Jesse for always being the one person you can depend on who will answer a question from a professor when no one else is raising their hand. And I guess we'll go ahead and thank the people who taught us too. But seriously, I want to first thank Dr. Hayes for leaving the beautiful weather in California for what we have here in Virginia. I want to thank Dr. Kaladi for being there to personally deliver our favorite candy and snacks on our birthdays. And speaking of candy, I want to thank Dr. Fontenot for always bringing that bucket of candy to all of the open labs and to class and labs. Small things like that really helped out those kind of rough days that some of us may have secretly been dealing with. We really appreciate it. And thank you to Dr. Baldwin and Dr. Liskey for dealing with our procrastination with Exat and compliance for clinicals. We promise we'll figure out how to not procrastinate one day. We promise. Thank you, Dr. Turner, for teaching us all about pathophysiology and allowing us to self-diagnose ourselves with almost all of the diseases and conditions that we learned in that class. Last but not least, thank you, Dr. Vozaid, for being a ray of sunshine each and every day, except on the special topics practical. If you know, you know. Now, we could go on and on about all the amazing things that happen in PT school, but President Mandy told us to keep it to 5 to 7 minutes max. So, thank you again. It's okay. Thank you again to our professors, and especially all of our classmates for making this experience truly one of a kind. And thank you to all of our friends and families that are here today for always being in our corner and helping us achieve our dreams. We'll try to make you all proud. Thank you. You got it?
Now we would like to welcome Dr. Turner, Dr. Liskey, and Dr. Baldwin for the donning of the white coats.
All right. We will get started. Adam Ballard. Kyle Creamer. Amanda Cabrera. Maria Damewood. Samantha Dietrich. Logan Douthit. Matthew Freitas. Tyler Gammon. Leah Gist. Mackenzie Goodman. Destiny Greason. Evan Harrison. Kiera Jackson. Steven Jackson.
William Jackson III. Paige Jennings. Sydney Kirkpatrick. Nicole Kurzel. Philip Lammy. Harry Lee. Rashawn Logan. Jesse Mills. Bryson Overton. Kevin Phillips. Carissa Roberts. Michael Robertson. Madison Spangler. Trevor Yates.
I would say let's do one more round of applause. All right, now we are going to do the PT oath. So students, if you would not mind standing, please. And you are going to repeat after me. So here goes. As a physical therapist dedicated to providing the highest quality of care and services, I solemnly pledge I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals who seek my services or with whom I work. Act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my services. Exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements. Demonstrate integrity during interactions with colleagues, other healthcare providers, students, faculty, researchers, the public, and payers for the enhancement of patient care and the advancement of the profession. Enhance my practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior. Enhance my practice through lifelong acquisition and application of knowledge, skills, and professional behavior. Participate in efforts to meet physical therapy and healthcare needs of local, national, and global communities. Thus, with this oath, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the physical therapy profession. Thus, with this oath, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the physical therapy profession. Students, will you please sit? I'm taking a page. I'm taking a page from Dr. Kalati. Thank you, because then you end up with neck. Why does my neck hurt today? Thank you once again to our speakers, President Talmeco, Dr. Talbot, Dr. Kalati, Dr. Bozaid. Bryson and Sammy, future Dr. Overton and Dietrich, respectively, and the rest of you. To the class of 2027, over the next 11 months, you'll be embarking on the final stage of your journey to becoming physical therapists. It will be stressful, fun, rewarding, and challenging, all those things that have been said previously. But you will continue to grow in ways you never knew were possible. I've already witnessed many of you becoming community partners, advocates, and leaders, all of which are certainly needed in today's healthcare world, and representative of Mary Baldwin University and Murphy Deming graduates. I truly look forward to seeing what this remarkable group of individuals accomplish over the next year and beyond, and hearing about the lives you impact as you take these last steps to become future doctors of physical therapy. So go out there, have fun, stay humble, and learn all that you can. And I suspect you will make us proud, and your family and friends proud as well. To the families and friends attending today, thank you for sharing your loved ones with us for this initial journey of their professional lives, and for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you all again in May of next year at commencement, when we will be celebrating our new colleagues and doctors of physical therapy. Congratulations, class of 2027. It says recession, so I don't remember from last year who moves first. Recess. We are adjourned. Thank you.